Hello everyone, it's Franco here from RegenAgri. I'm Italian, as you can hear it. So today I'm going to talk about RegenAgri, which is a global program for regenerative agriculture. I'm based in London. We operate in around 80 countries globally, across basically all geographical regions, from Europe, Asia, Americas. What is RegenAgri? So I'm going to skip the background, which you know I guess very well, around the soil degrading, around biodiversity, around climate. RegenAgri is a regenerative agriculture initiative which is aimed at securing the health of the land and the wealth of those who live on it. So it's a program supporting farms and organizations to transition to systems which are aimed at increasing soil organic matter, at increasing biodiversity, at reducing greenhouse gases and sequestering CO2, and of course at improving water quality. These are very, very high level pillars. I will explain a bit more what we do to support those farms. First of all, is a bit of overview of the structure of RegenAgri. It's an initiative launched a couple of years ago by Control Union together with other partners. It has a governance team which is made of 7 companies, including Soil Association, including Agrimetrics, Cool Farm Alliance, an investment fund from the Netherlands, and FWAG as well. And basically this governance group is there to support RegenAgri to move, to progress towards this journey. The structure is the following. We have RegenAgri standards and methodologies, which are basically the criteria, methodologies that are used to assess, to verify, to certify farms. These standards are for farms, also for supply chains whenever certifications are as a chain of custody direction. For farms, we have the RegenAgri standard criteria methodologies, which are basically a set of criteria and assessment and scoring criteria to measure outcome and to verify practices. We also have the RegenAgri carbon program, carbon standard, which has been launched a few weeks ago. It's basically used when carbon credits are the goal of the project. So that's in terms of standards. Then we have the RegenAgri platform, which is the place where data are recorded, where we run the assessment. It's a place where brands, farms, and other organizations can measure, can report, can take the data to make their claims. It's a platform which has been developed by Agrimetrics, and it's basically used for all our RegenAgri projects. The third block of RegenAgri is services. For services we mean capacity building, supporting farms or other organizations, certifications to RegenAgri, and also RegenAgri carbon credits. All the services we do in terms of certifications and verifications of carbon are under accreditation, which is, I would say, very important. We are accredited to UCAS 17065 and also to ISO 14064 and 14065 for environmental data measurements. Well, some updates. I think it's very important to state where the program is in terms of scaling. Everybody speaks about moving towards our climate targets, achieving net zero within this quite strict timeline. RegenAgri is focused on scalability and in global outreach. Of course, we have around 600,000 hectares of farms under the program nowadays. It's from Asia, mainly India, Bangladesh, Americas, so States and South America, Europe as well, Turkey, Africa starting now. And as you see, the total number of farmers which are certified RegenAgri are around 17,000 farms. It's a mix. It's a bit of smallholders especially in Asia, and big individual farms like the ones in South America with an average of 20,000 hectares each. Products, I think that's also important. RegenAgri is commodity agnostic, of course. The principle of regenerative is looking at the farm. So we look at the whole system, and therefore we have several commodities under the program, from cotton, sugarcane, top fruits, grains, beef, soy, and some example certifications you can see here. Just a few. We certify brands. For example, in this case, it's a textile brand. In the UK, we certify beef producers, and some of them are also sold through Ocado, for example. In Ocado, you see some RegenAgri labeled products from the white hair. That's just an example. And as I mentioned, is the tool. The tool also is used to measure outcome, to measure carbon. The RegenAgri platform is also integrated with the Cool Farm tool. So whenever we need to measure greenhouse gases, there is a link there using the Cool Farm tool methodology. So going to the standard methodology, we have these main pillars, which are crop production, livestock, biodiversity, water management, pollution, energy management, and greenhouse gas emissions. Within these pillars, we have under the standard 26 criteria. They go from crop production, so cover cropping, intercropping, rotations, to water management, so water quality, buffer strips, and to mention just a few, and of course biodiversity and emissions are another component. It's the system which RegenAgri adopts basically is made of a scoring system which basically sets the framework, the model that is used to judge if the farm is doing enough or not enough. The scoring is also what is followed to grant certifications or not. The continuous improvement approach in RegenAgri means that you start with a baseline, and then the certification requires a margin improvement over time. So it's outcome focused, which means we look at what these implementation or these interventions are bringing. And it links, of course, to the actual practices which have been implemented to reach that outcome. So it's a kind of link between what the farms do and what they actually get in terms of benefits and outcome. That's just an example of the supply chain we certify for farms. Farms is basically are the focus at this stage, but we also certify supply chains. Examples are cotton supply chains. We certify brands and manufacturers along the supply chain from ginning to finished products. We certify also food producers. I mentioned a couple earlier. The process of chain of custody is basically based on traceability, segregation. So, of course, RegenAgri materials cannot be mixed with conventional ones. And the other piece of the program is the carbon credits. As I said, we are accredited to verify carbon projects, so we use RegenAgri standard to verify and to issue carbon credits. You know very well all the criteria, all the items which are part of a carbon project, which are reductions of emissions and also sequestration. So we work on both sides. The platform registers data in terms of emissions reductions and also registers data in terms of sequestration of carbon. It's a mix of analysis and also software and imaginary. The verification process for carbon starts with the identification of the scope, of course. That's the key thing. Once the project is identified, there is the project design document is generated. This document, of course, is where we find the plan, the budget for this project. This PDD is then verified by a validation and verification body. In this case, it's a control union, and that signs the start of the carbon projects. We issue some advance credits at the beginning, between 15 and 30%, depending on the risk of the project, and then we follow with the process of monitoring and verifying over the years. The frequency, of course, depends on the needs, but I would say that's the typical process. Every time we do a verification, of course, we generate carbon credits. Carbon credits are then sold in the voluntary market, so they are acquired by brands and other organizations. That's all. Thank you very much. I'm not sure if anybody has any questions.